Hey,
Hello,
Jamie.
everyone. Thank you so
Amy.
much for
Hey.
your
Hello, hello.
time. This is such a special series for all of you. And I feel like I've got to ask Javier first, though. There's such chemistry between Mael and, Hassie. Do you think that they're sort of star-crossed lovers? Is that how they were described to you?
Yeah, when I first saw the breakdowns and the emails and everything, there was a strong emphasis in love, and that love had to be, the driving factor in it, because if it's not there, the story doesn't happen. It doesn't unfold the way it unfolds. So yeah, I definitely say they are star-crossed, blind lovers chasing and running blindly down this road, not knowing what to expect. And Madison, I love her so much. Being all together in one hotel during COVID, we all got really close and we got to bond a lot. And so the chemistry just came so natural. And I hope it showed on screen.
It does.
I'm Gabriela Tagliavini, I'm the director. I'm so happy you said that because because it was in the middle of the pandemic, we had to do a casting of chemistry of them were not close. So they had to be on a screen, and Javier was doing casting with like a million girls. And we all agreed that they had the most chemistry, me and the producers. And so I'm so happy that it shows. And I think, like Javier is saying, this will bring the audience to fall in love with them and understand that this love is so strong that they have to risk everything.
Well, I think Christina might disagree because Susanna wants to keep them apart as much as
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah,
Is it because they're young? Is it because she wants better for her daughter? Is it all of the above?
Oh, I think that one of the big themes of this entire series is kind of tradition versus new. So you've got a generational pull, which I think is entirely universal, that whatever a parent's generation thinks, or whatever the parents in their own little echo chamber with their parent friends think is the right prescription for how to be a person, then you get another generation that comes up and they're living in an entirely different ecosphere. So they think entirely different things. So my feeling about Susanna is that all she ever wants is to protect. Maybe it's protect the status quo, protect the good old days, protect her daughter from ever experiencing anything negative. I don't know that it all actually comes across for the good, but in her mind, she's doing what she thinks is best.
Well, I think, Lauren, then you should totally speak about your experience as an on-screen mom as well, because she's not super jazzed about this couple either.
Well, and I think that exactly what Christina is saying, right? For me, is the opposite. Is like growing up with this idea that you just don't cross those lines. Like, they're my bosses. Like, that is not, that in no world within my belief that will exist. Number one. Number two is that I feel that Hassie might have the power to break my family, and I'm going to defend my family one way or another. And so it's kind of like protecting my family means that we need to remove Hassie from the dynamics. And at the same time, it's all about this mentality of us not wanting to cross the lines with the boss. I think that is like crucial for me too.
Jonas Sawyer, I'm sure you don't want any lines crossed professionally, personally, especially for your family. I don't think he wants to risk anything in his life. He wants to keep his daughter sheltered. He wants to keep his family sheltered. Is that the case, or did they describe him as a little bit of a protective father, but also a very, wise-minded businessman who's thinking several steps ahead for his family's future?
I think Sawyer, his concern, at least at the beginning of the show, is he's really looking to leave a legacy for his children. And he's caught in the world of, for lack of a better expression, happy wife, happy life. And his wife's not too happy at that time. So he's not only suffering, the children are suffering, and I can see Christine laughing. So in order to find that, he's making some questionable decisions.
James Miller is a unique role for you. I feel like we've never seen you as this kind of character before. How was he initially described to you, and what was it about either Casa Grande or Miller himself that made you want to be a part of the series?
I think this is a lot like a lot of the other characters I've played. I think he's kind of a hopefully lovable jerk, you know, like just ruthless, just absolutely ruthless about his business. Willing to just bury people to get what he wants on a business level. But at the same time, he's a heartbroken ex-husband, and he's a loving father. And playing a character who goes that far in hurting people, but also has something that he's protecting, something that he loves, has always been a draw for me. And I just loved how intricate the story was, how many different characters are at play, and how well-rounded each character is. The scripts really reflected that. I don't have a whole lot of screen time in the first 6 episodes, and yet they're able to really create a three-dimensional character that has ambiguity, that has contrast, things about him that you don't expect, and kind of I want to know more about Miller. You know, but I felt that way about all of the characters. I just recently watched all 6 episodes, and I fell in love with all the characters. A lot of these characters are people that I don't normally see on television, and I fell in love with all of them. And I'm a fan of the show now. I can't wait for a second season just so I can watch it.
Raquel, this one's a good one for you too. I feel like there's such a strong friendship that goes on between Hassie and Camila as well. And everybody knows your friend, you want the best for them, but they don't always take your advice. And there's this clash there that of course is with every female friendship. We want the best for our friend, but you know, they don't always take our advice and things like that. How was their friendship described? Obviously they grew up together and they have this, you know, bond for years and years of childhood to young adults. Is there something that she thinks is stopping her from letting Hassie truly go all in on this relationship with Mael?
What a great question. Is there something to, let me make sure I understand the question. You're asking if there's something like
as a friend, Camila, you know, wants the best for her friend, but at the same time, our friends don't always accept our advice. What is it that you think that Camila wants for her friend? Does she want her to have a future with Mael? Does she want her to have a better future by going outside of the city limits and getting an education? What does she want for her friend?
I think honestly,
She's jealous. She wants Mal all to herself. That's what it is.
I was waiting for that, Javi. I really was.
Come on.
You've been saying this since we were shooting. No, Javi, I don't want my out. I'm so sorry. It's not the way this story is gonna go, right, guys? I don't know. We don't know. We don't know. Okay. No, it's deeper than that. Mael.
Oh.
Look at what you're stirring up. No, I think Camila just genuinely loves her friend. I think Hassie has been my closest friend in my world. You know, I think I love her and I want what's best for her, but what she thinks is best for her is also causing a lot of heartache and a lot of drama. And I can see that as the wiser, maybe just more emotionally mature friend. And I see, it's also causing a lot of riffraff with my mom, who is also the closest person to me in my life. Like, she's my mom. So I don't want any issues there. So it's just like, I love you, but also like maybe do better. Like, or I don't know, please like get it together, because now you're also affecting me. And it's also a little like selfish. Like, I love you, but please maybe grow up. But I love you so much. I don't know. It's just a lot. It's hard. It's hard in real life. Friendships are hard. Girl friendships are really complex for sure.
Lauren, what do you think it is about Casa Grande that's going to make it such a fast fan favorite series? I mean, I am already in. I've clearly gushed plenty over all of the characters that I think fit so well together.
Yeah, I think this is a story that is steeped in human relationship, but it comes from a perspective that not the average person gets to experience every day, which is what makes it different and really interesting. And I think that's the best answer I have, is that this is a group of people who are pretty much the backbone of our society. We go to the grocery store and we have our little bougie grocery carts, and we grab our strawberries and, think about the people who have to work so hard to put those strawberries on, in our grocery cart. It's something that I never really thought about until I was, in the process of developing the show. So I hope other people can, have those conversations and get curious about that.